Hello friends, this is Bengt. I'm gonna perform, read a piece from my new book. I missed Woodstock, not a biography in verse, originally published in Sweden in 2009, and it's a story of my life from 1949 till 1973. I'm going to jump into the middle of the book. I've just arrived in Istanbul, and we'll see how it goes. The autumn campfires at Gülhane Hotel burned increasingly with a chemical light. On the roof, we danced in slow motion with Romelar in our blood. Nights before the minaret singing suddenly was encoded. A French woman a few years older than me seduced me and we had amazing sex. Alice left me and went by herself to India. I had no money and survived by collecting returnable cans and bottles. Drugs were plentiful. One of the nights on the Gülhane roof, I found myself in the eyes of a beautiful Japanese girl. She was short with long hair. It was Yoshi, who immediately left her German boyfriend. We moved into a room together. She had $20, enough to buy 30 grams of hash. I started walking along dark alleys until I found someone that could sell me what I wanted. One night all references were lost. I was suddenly dissolving like uncomprehending fly on the wall. A universe of emptiness I had become. I had mixed amphetamine, LSD, hash and Romelar. Different voices came to life and called for an impossible rebirth. Darkness disappeared and a harsh, penetrating light, empty and painfully naked, revealed the observer with nothing to say in the back seat. I was reduced to a mere reflection of the many faceted movements that surrounded me. I was a mechanical puppet, an empty echo. I followed every train, every time I was abandoned. The night the door was kicked in and together with Yoshi I was taken away into a night I did not understand. Yoshi tried to flush most of the hash down the toilet but failed. I reached the surface at the police station where I sat on a concrete floor of a cell that is huge, with several tiers made from wood. On the top, the wealthy Turk sat, drinking tea, eating well. My situation didn't improve with me not agreeing to being a scapegoat for the murder of 4 policemen a few days earlier. An American man had tried to shoot himself free at the main police station. He himself was shot down from the roof to where he had made it. He was called Tom Mix in the Turkish newspapers. This is going to get much worse for you, the male Turkish interpreter said in English. The police chief does not believe you. Confess now, make it easier on yourself. When I maintain that the hash is only for personal use, I'm pushed down on my back and my feet are tied with a rope to a small wooden stake. 2 policemen at each side of the stake lifted my feet a meter above the floor. When the police chief started beating, I thought to myself, that's a stupid place to target the beating. The skin of my soles on my feet, I'm sure, are too thick. Soon the area being hit becomes raw flesh screaming, and I scream and I confess to all they want. I'm helped back to the big cell. But it was not enough. The names I've given them were fictitious. The beating was once again aimed at my sore souls, and now I name everyone I know. That's something I had to live with for the rest of my life. A young, broken man with eyes empty as mirrors, rejected by his surroundings, rejected by himself, whipped and tormented, seeking a deity only to find a hollow echo, more painful than the absence itself. When the rooster crows for the third time, he has betrayed not only himself, but all those who have come close to him. Now we are 4 doing time for 30 grams of hash, and the days continue to slip away. Sultanahmet prison meets me. A city within a city, worn and dirty, courtyards and passages where guards with rifles keep track of 3,000 prisoners. Commerce and a continuous murmur in an incomprehensive language meet me. From large speakers, incessant commands I did not understand addressed the prisoners. It was winter, and a clingy chill kept the cold jail houses continuously damp. I got a sleeping bag from the Swedish consulate and a place to sleep by the drain in what was called the kitchen. All cells were full, stairs, corridors, and even the benches in the kitchen were occupied. Out of dirt and misery, among insects that bite in the night, out of murmur and confusion, a new voice finds me. Like a blotting paper, I absorbed the contact. My wildest ideas were both confirmed and mutated. All day the speakers recite names. The city in the city have served its purpose. A new prison have been built. And chained 2 and 2 we left on a sunny winter day, riding through Istanbul in regular buses. The buses are like hermetic fish tanks, slowly moving through Istanbul and its unreachable reality. I was in a silent bus bubble with no prospect of contact with the outside. Nothing worked in a new prison. Dust and cries of water echoes in kilometer-long corridors in this American model of hell. The seams of our clothes are infested with colonies of lies that migrate in the night. Koshi and Steve kept me with words while Turks rolled joints of laurel and aspirin for lack of the real thing. One day all foreign prisoners were gathered in 40 small cells situated in a cell block. With 4 corridors. The cells were open during the day. Even the sliding metal doors leading to the yard were open. The Swedish consul gave me a volleyball net. Yeah, and the story goes on. Thank you. All the best.